Hey students, welcome back to our online learning class. Our previous lesson was on the Olmec civilization. Today we are going to be continuing in our lesson on Mesoamerica. We're going to go a little deeper into the Z in our MIAOZ and get to know the Zapotec civilization a little bit better. So we have a new learning goal for today, which is that we will be able to explain how the Zapotec established a civilization that lasted for over 1,000 years. This is all coming from your online textbook, chapter 6, section 1.3. So just a little bit of background information. The Zapotec civilization established itself in the Oaxaca Valley. If you read about the Olmec culture in the previous section, then you would have learned that the Olmec culture was a civilization and a culture that heavily influenced those coming after it. In other words, it was known as a mother culture. The Zapotec was one such culture that was influenced by the Olmec, but later on it went on to develop into its own distinct civilization. Now imagine that you are a ruler and you're trying to develop a civilization that really shows just how great and powerful you really are. Where are you going to put the city? What kind of buildings are you going to make? What kind of infrastructure? What kind of roads, schools? I don't know. What are you going to make? What's it going to look like? Well, the Zapotec were an ambitious bunch, and they built their city on a mountaintop, and they went on to develop one of the first urban areas of the Americas. So Monte Alban was the first true city-like urban area of the Americas. It grew from about 15,000 people to 25,000, which is kind of crazy, that 10,000 jump. On your interactive maps, you may remember marking Monte Alban and having to look up a picture and some information about it. So archaeologists have studied and admired its tombs, its ball courts, its art, and just how advanced and well-designed this city was. The city was planned in kind of this grid-like structure. The city was harmoniously designed. Buildings were made to be earthquake-proof, much like the buildings, or many of them, in California. They were an advanced civilization. They made mountainside terraces. They made conduits or channels for water into their agricultural areas. Now for this lesson, you will be reading your chapter 6.1.3 and looking more into what the Zapotec civilization and Monte Alban was like. You're going to be taking reading notes and you're going to be answering questions along with those reading notes. You're going to submit all of that onto Google Classroom and then you're pretty much done with this lesson. Please make sure to answer the questions in RA responses. I hope you are all familiar with that already. Please check your Google Classroom for the due date as it will be up there, and try to get it in on time. Actually, don't try, get it in on time. Let me know if you have any questions and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. All right, Cougars, remember to be ready, respectful, and responsible.